Hey gang, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and today I'm going to bring you a Christmas video, and I'm going to alter one of these little trees. This is one that I've already completed. Is this not gorgeous? I decorated it all the way around and put this beautiful star at the top. This was the prettiest piece of bling that I had that would be a star for the top of this tree. So I put that on there, and I did this one in blues and golds. And if I get a little closer, you guys can see I had these little wooden bits and pieces that I got at my little local store, and they had hearts. They had, let's see, before I was able to get a little better view of these. Okay, so we have stars. We have, where's one of my little bluebirds? There's a little, oh, that's another heart. And there's one of the little bluebirds. So what I did was I took them and I put some glitter on them in gold and blue just to kind of make them go with the whole theme. And then the little balls that are on here, you can see they're very sparkly. And those are these balls, and I've been using these to decorate things with for several years now. And unfortunately, when I went to my little store, I wasn't able to get a lot of these, but I already had a few of certain colors left over. I used up all but a small amount of the blue. So what I'm going to be doing is I am going to be offering some of the bits and pieces that are in this tree for sale in my store. And I'm thinking if the response to this video is good, I will have my husband do another run of these trees. I'm going to show you what they start out looking like, and I'll sell them in just bare wood so that you guys can paint them however you want, because I know everybody's different. And they come in 3 parts, and super easy to put together. You see how this one has the cut at the top, and this one has the cut at the bottom. So you just take that the bottom one and slide it over the one with the cut in the top, and it goes together like that. And this is the stand, and you just pop your tree in there and you're ready to go. Super cute. These are good for me because if I ship them, they ship real easily, because I just have them taken apart and put in a little bag, and you guys can assemble them that easy. And if you want to, when you put these together to decorate them, you can just you can use super glue or E6000 to glue them into place so that they stay in place forever. The problem is once you decorate them, you're probably not going to want to take them apart if you decorate them anything like I did. Now, if you just paint them, then every year you can take them apart and put them away. I did also put a little tree skirt on mine, but you could just glue a little whatever you want to use as just tree skirt on the bottom, and you can still pop that tree out of the bottom stand. So anyway, this one just turned out exceptionally well, and I'm super, super excited about it. I did also on this one, I don't know if you can notice, I used some bits from my rhinestone chain that I put in around, because I had some blue and gold rhinestone chain. So I wanted to make sure I put some of those like that. And you can see the sparkle in those little blue foam balls. And see that the little foam balls are so easy to work with because they're lightweight. They glue on super easy. The glue adheres to them really well. And so I really, really enjoyed working with those a lot. So that's the one that I've completed. This is the one we're going to do today, and I've already painted it white. And what I did do, I was actually just going to make this one, and I decided not to. I decided I wanted to do a video on it. So I had already added these little snowflakes to the top to make my tree topper. So all I did was I glued it together at the top, and I actually used super glue to do that, and then I hot glued it to the tree itself, or no, E6000, I'm sorry, to the tree itself. So or actually, you know what, I think I might have used E6000 on the top piece too. And then I did put a little bit of stickles, I don't know if you can see that or not, on the snowflake itself. And I think it's diamond. And so anyway, so if I get a good response, I'm going to have my husband do another run of these Christmas trees, because I only have one of these trees left in my shop. So what I might do is I might take that out of my shop, put one kit together, and at least have one kit ready to go if somebody wants to buy it. And then again, I would love it if you would all comment down below and let me know if you're interested in buying kits and or just the trees by themselves. Then I can go ahead and put more. I'm not going to put a whole bunch of them in there and have nobody purchase them. I did have some other trees recently. I sold an order of 25 of these because I had a person come into my shop, actually my friend Sherry. She had bought a couple of these a little while back, and she liked them so much that she placed an order for 25 of them. And so we sent all that we had except for these three that I've got that I'm showing you today left. So anyway, if you're interested, please comment down below, and I will make sure and have my husband make another run of these Christmas trees. Otherwise, I won't have him run them because I don't want to put them in there and then just have them sit there. But now's a good time to start making your Christmas stuff, so I thought this would be a good video for today. Anyway, so this particular tree we're going to do in pinks and purples, as you can probably tell. I've got some bits and pieces. In fact, I'm going to shut this light off for a second. We've got some purple items in this cup. I've got little bows and little pieces of this trim that I cut up and made into small pieces. So it's going to have a floral motif. So I've got the little purple ones. Whoops. Gosh, my light just feels, that's too bright. Okay, well, hopefully you guys can see this. So I've got purple, and I've got a couple of little rhinestone bits. I'm going to be adding these to the snowflake. Those are really, really pretty. Nice and sparkly. And my little purple balls. And then in this cup, I have some pearls, and I have a little snowman that I changed the colors and gave it some pink accessories. The hat and the scarf and stuff is pink instead of the bright colors that it was initially. And some little bows, and again, some of this trim, but in the pink color. So that's that. And then whatever else I may find, I may add some pearls. I've got some pearls out here as well that I might add to it. I think pearls add a really nice soft look to them. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get started with this, and we're going to see how it turns out. Hopefully it's going to turn out really, really nicely. So anyway, what I'm going to start with, I think, is I'm going to start with adding some of these decorations. I'm going to pull some of these out of here, like the bows. I only made a few bows just to kind of put here and there. And the Santa Claus is going to stand down at the bottom here in one of these sections, just kind of hanging out by the tree. So let's put the bows over here. And our little, actually I think
I might, I'll add those last. Okay.
I've got some sequins in here too that are in pinks,
because I figured if I have the purple balls, it would be nice to have some pink sparkle in there too. So I've got some light pink and dark pink sequins in here. So let's just go ahead. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I don't know. Anyway, I think I have 14 of these pink flowers. That was all I had left of this trim. I'm very sad to see it go, and I had to use it in something that I could make it go far in, and this was the project. So I have a little bit more of the purple left, not much, but a little bit. So I was able to do more purple flowers. So for now, I'm going to put that aside, and I'm just going to start adding these little flowers here and there with my glue gun. And these will go on very nice and easy. And these I like because they can kind of hang over the branches a little bit too. And I don't have to be so darn careful with these because they're not awkward to work with. So I'm very excited about this project, you guys. I really hope you guys like this. I think you're going to, and it's super fun to work with. I have to say, I had so much fun doing that blue one, and then I was just, when I saw it completed, I was just even happier because it turned out so nicely. And I know that the camera doesn't even come close to making it look as beautiful as it does in person. So, but I hope it shows enough that you guys can tell that they really are pretty, and what a great gift these would make to give as Christmas presents. So I think they're awesome. And I've actually had these trees in my store for quite a while, and one by one they've kind of gotten either sold or given away or what have you. We gave some to each, we gave one to each of our grandkids so that they could do something with them. However, I don't know, their parents are not real crafty people, so I don't know that they've sat down and actually done any crafting with them to make them, but that's okay. And then we gave a set to each of our kids so that they could make some if they wanted to for their Christmas decorations. So you can see I'm just kind of placing them wherever. And if I run out of the purple ones, I know I've got more, so I can use a few more of those than I can the pink. And we're going to put one pink one here. But this part goes really fast. And we'll put a pink one here. I'm going to be careful with the pink ones until I get it all done, and then I can add one or two here and there if there's anything left to use. I need a pink one right there, I feel. And you can just kind of put them going in all directions. And all I did was just take a section and sort of cut it out however I wanted to, whether I wanted to leave a little more green on them or whatever. That's kind of how I did them. I love the green that's in these trims. I'm hoping I'm going to get some more from Debbie over at Kiki's Sale, because that's where I got those. And oh my gosh, that trim is just to die for. I love it so much, and I've used it in a lot of my projects recently just because I love it that much. And you can see this is going pretty quickly. And these trees, you know how they have the cutouts here? What you can do is you can take those little strings of fairy lights and you can add fairy lights kind of going through it here and there. And they look really, really pretty if you light it up, you know, in the evening or whatever. So I really, really like it. Okay, got one more section after this, so I'm going to make sure that I don't go too far with my pink flowers. And we're going to put, I kind of like, I wished I'd have started doing that. I kind of like them in the center. I wasn't thinking that I could actually put them in the center. Kind of like that. And it fills in that area. I have some other trim here that I thought maybe I could use a little bit of this if I needed to add a little bit more pink. So I'm going to put that aside just in case I decide I want to add any more flowers to this. I can. And let's get this last section done before I take this too far. And we're going to put a pink one in the middle. And one right there. This is the last of my pink ones. I'm super sad. And let's see, we're going to put a pink one there. And let's see. I think I'll put another pink one on. Oh, I need one on this side. So I'm going to put my last pink flower right there. And now we'll get some purple in there. Get rid of some of those strings. Okay, and then I might actually cut a few more of these purple ones out and put some in the centers of the first sections that I started going through, because I really do like how that fills in that corner bit. I just realized I hope I'm turning these all in the right directions. I'm starting to wonder. Okay, let's see. We're going to put one there. And let's see, where do I want? I think I'm going to add one in the center right there. Okay, so for now we'll just kind of leave it at that. So we've got little flowers all over the tree and they look super pretty. I don't want to overload the tree, you know, I don't want to make it like too crazy over the top, but at the same time you really can add a lot to these. And really you know, if you have a lot of bling and stuff, oh my gosh, can you imagine just totally blinging these out? I think they would be so pretty. I want to add some sequins too, so I'm gonna go through and just add a few of these here and there now. And I feel like I can use the hot glue for the sequins. And this is one of those little things that my hands don't hold on to so well. So they're a little harder for me to work with, but that's okay. And I'm just kind of trying to organize them so that, you know, there's a nice variation all over the tree. In fact, I can kind of turn this in your direction so you guys can see better what I'm doing. And let's see, get one up here, go light pink, and here with a dark pink. And actually I'm turning these sequins so that the puffy side is coming out. And I could take them and turn them around and maybe put little tiny pearls in the centers of them. How pretty would that be? I might do that anyway. I may just go ahead and start turning them the other way, but I can also put pearls in these as well. So I think I'm going to do that. That's a very good idea. Okay, next section. And since the balls are the purple color, I have purple sequins too, but I thought since the balls are the purple color, the sequins should be the pink. And I thought that would be kind of the best way to kind of break up the colors. And again, this is going really very quickly, actually. And the hot glue works really good for the sequins too. They're going on real nicely, and I can tell they're going to stay on no problem. And I generally use, my hot glue is, my choice of hot glue is Gorilla hot glue. I like it. It tends to get a little bit more stringy when you're applying it, but for me it has better staying power, so I take the trade-off and I just deal with the strings, you know, after the fact, because they really are, if you take I got a tip, actually I've received this tip a couple of times, that if you use a blow dryer after you're done with your project and put it on the hot setting, it will remove the strings because it kind of melts them into the project, and kind of it takes them away, and it works. Or if you have a heat gun like I have, which I love my heat gun, it gets a little bit hotter and doesn't blow so hard like my blow dryer, and it works really, really well for getting rid of the glue strings. Also, my husband uses a heat gun in the garage when he's working with glues and stuff with his with hot glue with his wood and resin projects. So it works really great for him as well. But he has his own heat gun out there, and his gets really, really hot. I don't want one that gets that hot. His will burn you if you're not careful. And these sequins, I'm really, really happy about how they're turning out. You know what would also be pretty is to take some of these smaller balls and put them inside of the sequins to add that two-toned effect. I'm gonna take a tiny ball here. I have little tiny ones, medium-sized ones, and those would actually be really pretty in the centers of those sequins. But I still think I'm gonna go with pearls on this one because I want to keep it soft, you know, as soft as I can. And I need a pink one right there. And a pink one right there. Or a light pink, I should say. And we have one more section that I haven't gotten any on yet. And then I will, at the end of the project, I will go around and add little bits and pieces where I feel like maybe I just didn't get enough. So I always do that kind of at the end, because I know I still have a lot of other things that are going to go on here, so I don't want to over decorate it, but I also don't want to underdo it either. I want this tree to have a lot of life and a lot of color and a lot of interest, so I'm going to decorate it up pretty good. Oh, I'm down to only 2 light pink sequins left. I don't know what I did with all my sequins. I know I have a whole bunch more of them, but I don't know where they are, and so I have to kind of be careful here. And let's see, where do I need another one? I'm just looking for a spot for that last light pink sequin. I think I'm going to put it right there. Okay, and now I'm just going to go around and I'm going to add a few more of the dark pink ones, just kind of here and there. Just a few more, so that I feel like I got enough of them in there to make a difference. There. And there's no real rhyme or reason to how I'm doing this. I'm just adding them where I think they're gonna look good. And you have to use your own artistic
feeling when it comes to this, so that you're doing it how you want it to look. And you don't have to make it look exactly like mine, because we all have different crafting personalities, and I can appreciate everyone's style. I am that way with crafting. I'm that way with music. I love all genres of music. Well, I don't love all genres of music. I take that back. But I love a lot of variations of music. I'll listen to classic rock, country, classical music. I love
the piano, so I will listen to just about anything that you put in front of me because I enjoy it. And sometimes I like the happy music, sometimes I like the sad stuff. And so we all need to hear a sad song now and then so that we can cry. But I don't think I'm any different than anybody else there. So now I'm just going to take it and kind of tip it this way. And I'm going to put these balls at the underside of these tips here. So I'm just going to start one by one, popping these on there. And again, these balls are all the same color, but they are kind of different sizes. So you can put some of the bigger ones on and then little ones and kind of mix them up a little bit. But I do want one at the bottom of every branch. And I think it was working better to just put the dot of glue there and tap that wall on. That's just how easy these just kind of sit there. And because they're so lightweight, they don't want to roll before the glue gets cured. They just sit right there and wait for the glue to dry around them. So I really, really love these balls. And I was selling these for a while, and they actually sold really, really well. But then my store wasn't getting them in for a long time, and I thought, shoot. So I had what I wanted to keep for myself for my projects, and then one day they actually ended up having them again. But I went back yesterday to pick up more because I wanted to be able to do kits. And you know, they only had silver and gold. Those were the only two colors I could get, but thankfully I had enough of the other colors to make at least a couple of bags of each that I can put into kits. So I was okay with that. I'm all right. That one's too small. Actually, I think that last one was a little too small too. I'm going to change that one out. And then on the silver and gold ones that I got yesterday, I noticed there was some even bigger ones, which are very cool, actually. I'm going to pull those out and show you guys all the different colors that I have. I also want to show you some of the other projects that I've been working on, and a couple of things that I got. But I thought,
So you can see how I've just put those on the tips of each of the branches.
and now we're going to go around and we're going to put them inside the tree. Throw that one away. So here's where I have to put the glue on the balls and then drop them on there. At least I feel like that's the best method. And this is where it can get a little time consuming, but that's okay. It's really quite therapeutic. I love doing these trees. I didn't realize how fun they were actually going to be to alter. Just bringing some of the bigger ones to the surface here. And I'm going to make sure that I put some of these in that center section because, you know, in that blue one, I didn't even think of that, but I'm going to go back on that blue one and I'm going to add some more of the blue balls to the center of that one as well, because I really, really like the way that fills in that line. And we're going to put one there. And there's 3 stuck together. But with the kits, I'm going to actually give way more than enough of these to do an entire tree, probably 3 trees. Because I would rather oversupply than undersupply. So just know that if you guys decide to buy the kits, you'll have way more than enough of everything to do a complete tree. And I've got so many different trims and things, different lace trims and stuff, that I'll be able to offer a nice variety of decorations for the trees. And I will make sure that there's a picture of everything that goes into each package as I'm putting them together and taking my photos. So you guys will know exactly what you're going to be getting with each kit. And they'll all be different in some way. Because my supplies, you know, I have a few of some things and a lot of other things, and so I have a very eclectic craft supply stash. So I need one right there. There we go. And now we'll get this section. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to see about putting some pearls in the centers of those sequins. I may or may not put them in all of them, just because I think it might be a really nice touch. And I really do think the pearls are going to soften it up quite a bit. To add that white in there. Boy, do I have a lot of glue on that one. Wow. Again, I will go back once this is all done and I'll get rid of all of the strings and things that are left on here. Try not to worry about that too much while I'm working, because you just keep adding to it and it's kind of a waste of time to continuously try to get rid of those glue strings. I wanted that one ball and it got away from me. Ugh. It was a nice big one. And we'll put you there. And we'll put you there. Again, no rhyme or reason to these, just wherever you want to pop them in is a good spot. I hope everybody is doing really well today. It's going to be very, very hot here in California, up around 100. But thankfully, we get dry heat. I know there's a difference, but lately this summer, our heat has not been dry. It's been very muggy for California. We don't get the muggy heat very often, but man, when we do and it's that hot, it feels like it's 120 degrees outside. It's awful. And I shouldn't complain because all the rest of the year, our weather is fairly nice and average. The thing we need more of is we need rain desperately here because we're in the middle of a drought, and so we need to get some rain so that we can get the plants growing again, because they're limiting our ability to use our sprinklers and things for our lawns. And my husband is a fanatic when it comes to his yard. And imagine that if you're one of those people that wants to always have a green lawn, when they tell you you can't water like you want to, it's a little frustrating. What they're going to do is they're going to end up telling California residents that they're going to have gardens of, just like succulents and things like that that don't require a lot of watering. But the good thing for us is that we have St. Augustine grass. And if you know St. Augustine, it doesn't require a lot of water. It grows nicely without a ton of watering. So in that respect, he doesn't have to overwater it to keep it green. Okay, so let me get back to this section real quick. I think there's a couple of spots that could use more. I was just kind of going real lightly in the beginning, but I do want to fill this in. And I want one more in the center there. Oops, I knocked one off. Okay,
So now we've got some of the little balls on there, and you can see it's really starting to come out and look really, really nice.
I'm going to add some of these balls to these branches up at the top as well, or on the top sides of them, because I feel like it needs it. And that just really, really fills in that space nicely. And it kind of gives the tree more of a filled in effect to have these balls kind of on those branches as well. So I'm just going to go around and add them here and there. Ooh, that's a little tiny one. It's okay. Okay. So summer's almost over. A lot of our kids have started back to school too, so that's kind of changed things a little bit. Oh, and by the way, you guys, I know you can probably hear my husband's saw out there. He's out working in the garage, and it's close enough to the back of the house that you can hear everything he does out there. So I apologize if it's too noisy, but there's nothing I can do about that. And I have to do my stuff while he's doing his stuff. That way I get quiet time where I can do my videos, at least somewhat quiet time, to do my videos and get my stuff done. And I really have been excited. I had this all set up and ready to go last night. And I almost couldn't sleep last night because I was so excited to do this video. This tree is just gonna be awesome when it's done. And I hope you guys will agree. I just hope that my camera does it justice. That's the only thing I always worry about, is that my camera will not show my projects as well as, you know, as they could be shown. And I want you guys to see actually what it really, really looks like. It's too bad I can't bring y'all into my home and do classes. I would love that. That would be so fun. I keep telling a lot of my crafting friends, I've got crafting friends all over the world. I have them, you know, throughout the States. I have one crafting friend who is a very special friend of mine who lives in Trinidad. Isn't that cool? And I love to hear her talk. I always tell her, I've never met her in person, but we've been crafting friends for actually for several years now. And I love to hear her talk, so I always tell her when she sends me messages on Messenger to send me voice messages so I can hear her talk, because it just is so cool. It's the coolest thing. I love their accents. I love the Trinidad accent and like the Jamaican accents. I just think they're awesome. And so I love to listen to them talk. My sister, she goes to Jamaica every year, and usually for about a month, her and my brother-in-law go to Jamaica, and that's where they do their vacationing these days. And they absolutely love Jamaica. It's their favorite place to be outside of home. And so my sister, she has a ton of Jamaican friends, and she's the same way. She says, oh, I love how they talk. So, but she's been going to Jamaica for the last, I'm going to say about 15 or more years. And so they've made a ton of friends over there. And so they have, you know, they stay at the best resort, and they get really nice deals on their room rates and stuff, because they've gotten to know the owner, and they just love it. Love it, love it, love it. And I told my sister, one of these years I'm going with her, and I'm going to spend at least, I mean, I could never probably do a month, but I could do maybe a couple of weeks. Gotta save my pennies though, because as it stands right now, I couldn't afford it if I wanted to. But I am going to go with her one of these days. I'm going to be able to do that trip before I get too old to be able to do it. So there we go. We've got little balls all over the tree, and look at how pretty it looks, you guys. It really does. It really is super pretty. And it is even prettier in person than it is in the video. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to add these rhinestone bits to the centers of the snowflakes. So I'm going to add a dot of E6000, and I'm going to add some hot glue to the piece itself, and I'm just going to pop those on there. And I did get a little bit of ooze out there. I didn't want that to happen. I got too much of the hot glue on there. But I can get that off of there. There, I already got it off. It looks good. One little piece there, but I can take my razor blade and get that off of there easily. Okay, and now we're going to put one on the other side. Oops. E6000 first. Hot glue, and I'm trying to get just a dot on there and press that in the center of that snowflake.
So that's what that looks like. It just adds a lot to that snowflake. Let me see if this light will help. So that's what that looks like. And look at all those decorations. So, so, so pretty.
Okay, next I have these pearls. Oh wait, I still want to add pearls to those sequins. Doggone it. And that's going to make me question. I think I want to use my white glass pearls. And I'm going to use different sizes here. I'm not going to have them all the same size. So I'm going to start with my E6000 this time. I'm going to squeeze some out on my plate here and grab a toothpick to add it to those sequins. So I'm just going to go like that, put a little dot, and put a little pearl. And what I was thinking with these pearls is I'm going to try and do like a string of pearls going around the tree. But I really need to figure out if it's going to work or not, and how I want to do it. Okay, and there's a couple more. And I hope you guys can see this. I'm really trying hard to keep this in your view as much as mine while I'm going through and doing. Oh my goodness, I have this one string of glue that won't leave my hand. That's one thing I can't stand, is having hot glue strings all over my hands when I'm doing a video. It's not pretty. Looks like I have a bunch of spider webs all over my hand. And we're going to go with a small one there. Get that one back on there. And the E6000 normally will hold them nicely, but this one just keeps wanting to roll off because I didn't get enough on there is what happened. I want to put a little small one on this one. And a little bit bigger one on that one, and I don't think I got enough glue on there. I'm trying to make sure that I'm turning those pearls so that the holes are not sticking straight out. And let me go in and make sure I place them all in the right spot. A couple of them slid a little bit on me, so I'll just go back and get them in their place. And now the E6000 should be at a point where it's gonna hold them in their spot. It only takes a minute or two for that E6000 to get to a point where
It doesn't make them fall all over the place. So that's what that looks like.
And now I'm just going to go around to each section. And I lost one. I don't want to end up with those little pearls all over the place. That one just didn't have enough glue on it. Don't want to use that one. And it's not like with these pearls that I can use the E6000 and hot glue, because that would just be overkill on those. Okay, so now I think those are all kind of okay. So let's go to this section. My glue's already drying over here on my plate, so I got to put a new dollop to work with. And I'm going to just dot each one of these rhinestones, each one of these sequins with glue now, and then I'll go back and add my pearls. Because with E6000, if it's allowed to get a little bit stickier before you put your stuff on it, sometimes that makes it is more prepared to, for some reason, that one is not wanting to go on there. It makes it stick to whatever you're trying to glue it to a little bit better if it sits for a minute. I don't know why, but this sequin has like a bump in the middle of it. And that one. And we'll put a little tiny one on that one. Okay, now I'm going to go to the next page. And I'm noticing on this section, oh, there it is. Okay, I was thinking I didn't have any sequins up there. Okay, and you go there. You there. And I want a tiny one there. The bigger pearls are the ones that seem to want to fall out. Now maybe I've got it sticky enough that they won't fall out. Oops, I didn't get any on that one. Come on, you, stay. Just giving it a little whiff of a blow so that it might keep them in place. Fingers crossed. I want to get these other colored pearls out of here so that I don't accidentally use them. Okay. And we're going to squeeze a little more E6000 out here. And hopefully my dark background is working for you guys. I looked at my last video that I used it in and I felt like it really did help. And I got some comments from people that agreed that that was better, that you guys could see everything a little bit better with the dark background. I was going to change it today, but I didn't because I wanted to make sure this one was visually good for you guys to see what I was doing, because I'm doing such tiny bits and pieces that I wanted to make sure it wasn't going to get lost. This one, the hole was facing forward. I was trying to get my toothpick in there to grab hold of it so that it would face the other way. Okay, other side. I only put 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's 1, 2. Oh, I didn't get any on that one. Okay. Boom. Boom. And a nice big one on that one. And I missed that one somehow. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's one more. Four. Okay. And then I'm just going to flip back to this side and make sure these all stayed in their place, and they did. And now we're going to do this section, and I'm hoping this is the last section for the pearls. Yes. So let me just grab a few more pearls out of my container there. Get out the dark ones. Okay, let's see how quick I can do this section. Oh goodness, I'm already getting up there on my time. Wow, okay. I'm just gonna dab each one of these sequins right off the bat. Oh, that was my stomach growling. I hope you guys didn't hear that. Wow, that was loud. I did not eat breakfast this morning. I got up, watched a tiny bit of news. I'm not a news person, don't care for it too much these days. I'm just sick of hearing about all the terrible stuff going on in the world right now. So I watched a little bit and decided to get my shower and get my rear end moving and get to work. Two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. Put a little tiny one there. And I think I got one on each one of those. Oh, no, I didn't. I missed one. Right there. Oops. That one just wants to sit there with the hole at the top. If I put the hole at the top, it stays, but if I move it, it doesn't want to stay. And that's kind of a misshapen pearl at that. So we're going to put a new one on that spot. Okay. There goes my stomach again. All right, so I think I've got all my pearls in there, and those actually did really make a difference on softening up the whole thing. I don't know if you guys can tell that, but I really think that was a great idea. So let me get the rest of these pearls up here. I'm gonna set my tree up. And this is what I'm planning on using as my little tree skirt. It's just a little piece of trim, lace trim. So that's what's going to go at the bottom of my tree. If I had white, I would have used white, but I didn't. This was the closest I could come to that. So, but that's okay. All right, and this is just a wired strand of pearls that I got in some Happy Mail. And what I was thinking was if I could start it up here and just sort of gradually taper it around, I think it's going to be really super pretty. So that's what I'm going to do with this. So I'm going to start it up here in this little hole and see if I can get it to stay there with a little bit of hot glue and E6000, and I'm just going to hold it for a minute until that hot glue dries. There. And now I'm just going to ever so gently start wrapping it and gluing it down as I go. Ah, it came off. That's okay. This one's going to stick. I'm going to put hot glue there. Whoops. Get it in there, Carol. And since this is a hole, I'm hoping that will keep the hot glue from looking so bad and all oozy and stuff. And then I will probably be putting maybe like a bow or something up there that's gonna kind of cover that area. This is not easy. It's not wanting to cooperate. If I could just get that first spot to stick, I'd be okay. But the problem is I put hot glue and there was E6000 there, and the E6000 just makes the hot glue oozy. It makes it squishy and it doesn't cure right if there's E6000 in it. And that's why I always say when I add E6000 and hot glue to something, when I'm gluing it down, I will always put the hot glue and the E6000 in different locations on whatever it is I'm gluing down. But this, because whenever I touch it, I'm moving the whole thing, it doesn't want to stay. So I'm hoping that I can get this glued down and then stop messing with this section so it'll stay there. That's what I'm working on. And this is just going to go, you know, just kind of wrap around very gently on the tree so that it's not overwhelming, it's not too much, but that it's enough. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to hot glue this down, and what I will do is I will go back. I'm leaving enough slack in this that I can go back and put some E6000 underneath one of the other pearls in that same location, and get that permanent adherence to the wood. So I'm just trying to be really gentle right now in the way that I'm doing this, and it's really hard because when you touch one area, it moves another. This is just really hard to work with. But if I can get it to work, it'll all be okay. It'll look amazing. And here I'm just heating up my hot glue again so I can try this one more time. Problem is you're working at trying to glue two slick surfaces together with hot glue, and that is not ever going to work. It's never going to hold really well until you get some E6000 on it. And here's what I'm going to do. We're going to go this route. I have got some Star Bond. This is a thick, what do you call it? What do you call it? The glue that sticks right away, that you don't have to wait for it to stick. My goodness, super glue. And this is Star Bond Accelerator. So I put a dot of this on, and then I spray it with the accelerator. If I can get this to come out, we'll be doing really well. And this is a thick super glue, so it's not real thin like the usual super glue that you use. But this is not going to let this go anywhere as I'm working on it. It's going to stay right there. I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. And I will put a link to this. This is awesome stuff. My husband uses it on his wood and resin projects. And he was actually the one that suggested that I try and use it. And I don't know why I wasn't doing that in the first place. I don't like super glue because I don't like it getting on my hands. But in this case, I feel like I can work with it and not get it on my hands because I'm just putting the ever so tiniest dot and I'm spraying it, and this stuff makes it within 2 or 3 seconds. It sticks and it's not going anywhere. Just like that. Awesome. And so this section, I'm going to try and keep it along the same section of branches here. I don't know how this is going to work, you guys. And if I have to pull it off in the end, I will. But I really don't want to have to do that because I think this pearl strand is going to make a really big difference in the whole project. I really, really do. I think it's going to look amazing. So we're going to try real hard to make this work. And again, I'm using the tiniest dot of that super glue and a tiny spray of the accelerator. And there it is. See how nicely that's sticking? And I'm trying to shape this as I go around to look exactly the way I want it. We've got our glue. I'm going to set that down there, give it a tiny little spray, and I'm going to hold it. You need to hold it for about, I'm going to say 5 seconds. Just to make sure that it's stuck. Just like that. But that's not so very long to have to wait, so I'm cool with that. Oh, I think I moved that one too soon. Either that or I got more glue on there than I planned. There we go. Sorry, you guys, this is just taking a little longer than I had hoped, but hopefully it'll be worth it in the long run. Okay. Okay, so I stopped the camera for just a second so that I could get this all on here, and it's on there really well now. So you can see it's not going anywhere. I'm gonna get this stuff out of the way. Gosh, I hate working with super glue. But anyway, so that's what it looks like with the pearl strands going around it. I'm going to turn off this other light so you can see it better. Isn't that pretty? And it's going all the way around the tree. A couple of sections have more strands going across than others. But that's okay too, because that's kind of how Garland goes. So anyway, I've got that on, thank goodness. So we're good there. And I'm sorry, my dog is taking a drink of water. So that's what you guys are hearing in the background. And next I want to put a couple of these bows on. And like I was saying before, I think I want to try and put a couple up here towards the top to kind of go into those little holes where, let's see, which way do I want it to go? That way. Where I had to put a little extra super glue to get this thing started. So, gonna get a couple of bows in there. And the purple bows are a little bit bigger than the pink ones, but I didn't have any of the little 1/8 inch. I guess I could have just put gold bows on there, but no, I'm going with more of a silver tone on my other stuff. So I could have done that, actually. I could have, because I'm not using a bunch of silver in this either. So, oh well, that's okay. And I think I'll put this bow. Nope. Let's see. I only have 3 pink bows that I made and 4 purple bows. So I can't go too crazy with the bows. I'm just going to kind of pop them on a couple of branches here and there. I can't decide where I want this one to go. I'm going to put it right there. Make my decision. I'm sorry you guys can't see that. I'm putting that one right there. There we go. And I'm going to put a pink one right here. And I have 2 purple ones left, so let's see. I'm going to put a purple one right there. I don't know where to put the last purple one, you guys. There's only one bow here, but it's a purple one, so I guess this section's just gonna get 2 purple bows. And I may make a few more pink bows to add to this before it's all said and done. But anyway, it looks super pretty.
So we've got our bows on there.
I really, you guys, I can't say enough good things about these trees. I really, really love them. And we'll just have to see kind of how this all pans out if we're gonna make some more of these trees. And I'm gonna put this skirt on. Now this is gonna be kind of the hard part because I gotta get the glue on there and get kind of in a small space. And my glue gun doesn't necessarily want to fit right in there nicely because of the strand of pearls. I probably should have put the skirt on first and then the pearls. Because I went through the same thing with the blue one. I went ahead and put the stuff that was kind of in the way on it. No, I didn't. I didn't because I didn't put any pearls. I started to. Actually, on the blue one, I started to put rhinestone chain on that one. And I was going to have that going, draping all around it. But that was an absolute nightmare, so I took it off. And I scratched that idea on that particular tree. That's what happened. But I did go through this with that, trying to get the skirt on before I took the strand of rhinestones off. Because the problem with the rhinestones is they weren't wanting to hang in the right direction.
So this is what it looks like with tree skirt and everything on there.
Super pretty. I am super duper happy with this one. I love it, and I think it turned out oh, look, a pink bow. A pink bow, you guys. Oh, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take this purple one off here, and I'm gonna put it here. Oh, I feel super excited about this. I have another pink bow. So we're putting purple there. And we're going to put the pink one here. And now I feel like it's got equal numbers of everything. I didn't realize that was sitting under that plate. How exciting. Okay, so that
kind of equaled everything out for me anyway.
I'm just going to kind of spin it around, and I'll take and kind of tweak the pearls so that they're hanging nicely in each section. And you can see I can push on these and they're not falling off, so that glue is doing its job. And now what I want to do is I want to decide, okay, which side is going to be the front side for me. First thing I need to do is I have a little bit of this trim that I need to trim underneath there. There we go. Wasn't liking the way that was kind of frayed at the end. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I think this is going to be the front for me. And so I'm gonna put my snowman right in there, and I'll show you guys after I get it in because I need to be able to see what I'm doing to put this little guy down. And it's so cute because my snowman or snow girl is holding that little bluebird, and it looks so darn cute. There we go.
Snowman in place.
Super cute. Oh my gosh, you guys. I love this one so, so much. And this will be available in my Etsy shop if anybody's interested in purchasing it. And I am super happy with this project. This is one that, you know, you may spend an entire day working on to get it the way you want it, because there's a lot that goes into working on these, but it's totally worth it. And what an amazing gift this would make to give someone special. You would really want to make this for someone special in your life, I think. And I love it. And I love this one too. So I've got 2 of these made. These will both be going in my Etsy shop. And I'm super, super excited. So this was a really fun video. I am going to show you guys a couple of these things that I got, just so you can see them. I made a little pill tin. It's a little Tin Man pill tin. I had to do it because my friend Kim sent me this gorgeous, gorgeous rhinestone trim. It's a 3-layer. It's got the clear, the red, and then the clear. And I just thought that was so pretty that I couldn't wait to use at least a small piece of it in something. So I knew I wanted to use it in this Tin Man pill tin. So I did that. I found some compact mirrors also in my little local store, and I don't plan on changing the images on these. They're the same on both sides because they really are super pretty. Look at this one. It says London on it, and they're double mirrors. These are so nice, and so I'm going to be doing something with these. I won't be changing the images though at all. This one is, well, one of these I should say is already gone and spoken for. So I will have 2 left to alter. I'm not going to say which one is going because it's a surprise for the person getting it. And look at this. Dollar Tree had these key plaques. I call it a key plaque. It's got the little key hooks right here. And it was just hideous, but they only had one in the store. I actually eyeballed it out of the corner of my eye. They only had one, so I just grabbed it just for the heck of it. And I knew I had these rub-on decals and stuff, so I brought it home. I painted it white, and I took some of my wildflowers and put them in, you know, in these 2 areas, and then I put some of my rub-ons and added this burlap trim. And then this is just one of the stickers. It says, friends and family gather here for love, laughter, and cheer. And I thought that was really cute to add to it. I am in love with this. My husband actually tried to get me to keep it, but I'm going to sell it. I have to start making some money. And if I think it's something that I can sell easily, I'm putting it in my shop. And I'm going to make it available to someone who is interested in buying it. That's what I have to do right now. I have to use restraint in keeping things. And then just to show you guys, this is a tin that I'm working on. Let me move this out of the way. This tin is the one that had the cookie cutters in it. I got it at a thrift store, and it's actually a hinged tin, and I've got a bunch of embellishments inside it. Those aren't all going to go on it, but those are things that I thought were possibilities. So I just put them in there, and I will decide later. But you can see on this one, let me see here. I actually resined this. So I'm going to turn on my other light so you can see the shine on this with the resin. See, I resined this one, the entire top. I Mod Podged this image on here and then put the resin over the top of it. And I just love how that made this tin look. So this is going to be a really, really nice one when it's done. And I can't wait to finish it. But I just had to show you guys, I added, before I resined it, I added some stickles into all of the areas that have the white, except for his beard, and like the little snowflakes and stuff, and I think it just came out so pretty. And so stay tuned. This one I'm not doing on video. I might actually decorate it on video. I think I'm going to. This part, I knew I had to just get it on there and get that part done because I knew it was going to be a long process. So I went ahead and did that part. So the embellishing is what I will probably do on video. But I just wanted to show you guys those few items that I did. Also, I did a box. I did a box and a couple more pumpkins, the velvet pumpkins, and so I'll just real quick show those to you since this video is so long anyway. This is the box that I did. And it really, I did not do a video on this one, but it really came out gorgeous. It's a little lunchbox style box. And I just love it. This is in the kind of the cardboard type box. But I put this little bird on the top of it, which is one of my favorite birds that I've made. And then this is that applique that I've shown in a few videos, and I've been looking for the right place to put it, and I found it, and I love this box so much. I put this in my store. It's already sold, but I wanted to show it to you guys before I let it go. So that one's already sold. And then also, I've been working on my pumpkins, and I added my handmade flowers to these pumpkins. And I really, really like the way they came out. These handmade flowers are just wonderful to work with. I did this one in a shimmery organza. It was actually a ribbon that I had bought, and it's shimmery, and then I added a little stickles to it as well. But I think these just came out so super pretty. They're great little fall things. And then this was a velvet flower that I made. And look at how gorgeous it looks on this green pumpkin. Oh my goodness. I love it, love it, love it. Anyways, you guys, that's all I'm going to bug you with for today. I know this was a long video. I hope you enjoyed it and got something out of it. I know it was a blast for me to do, and man, these trees are just awesome. They are awesome to play with. So if you guys are interested, make sure you make some comments down below saying that you'd like me to offer them. What I'll do is, if I get enough response, I'll put some kits in. There won't be a ton of kits, but I'll try and put at least maybe 3 or 4 kits in my store, and then just some of the plain trees that you can buy by themselves. And you can do your own thing with them. So anyways, you guys, I hope you all have a very blessed day. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, please hit the subscribe button down below and subscribe to my channel. I'm planning on putting out a whole bunch of really great videos in the near future, and I'm working every day at trying to grow my channel and trying to bring you guys more content that you'll enjoy seeing. And so I would greatly appreciate new subscribers, and hit the notification bell so that you'll get notified when I do future videos. And also make a comment down below. Also make sure that you comment whether or not you think these trees are a good idea. Are they a hit or a miss? And I'll take that information as I go. And y'all just have a really blessed day, and thank you for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and thank you so much to those of you who've been supporting my shop. I've been getting a few of those $50 sales, so all of those people that have been making purchases in my Etsy store of $50 or more will be entered in a raffle to win that great pen that my husband made. So I'm looking forward in the first week of September to drawing the winner of that raffle. And that's it, you guys. Have a really, really blessed day, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye-bye. Take care.